Okay, this is a video that I hope all the decent people out there can find useful. And importantly, I need you to share this with other decent people. YouTube is not going to promote this video. YouTube is not going to recommend this video to new people. Okay, I'm trying to go through this notion of an algorithm and how this is actually working. So I have set up a social media channel to attempt to expose corruption within the sport of Formula One. I have clearly articulated in both the written form when I did it on Facebook and now in video form when I do it on YouTube, the clear evidence that what took place in Abu Dhabi 2021 actually constitutes a crime, was an entire contrivance that needed the complicity of the entire of the FIA, not just Michael Massey. Okay, there were at least 10 people in race control. The 4 FIA stewards, the governing body. So this is the governing body who are in charge of the rules of the sport. Rules that exist for a clear purpose that we aren't informed of. We're lied to about that. It required the complicity of F1 TV, the makers of the show, the people with all the cameras. They own the cameras. They edit all the feed that we get fed, the views that we see, the audio that we hear. That's all constructed by them. The contracted media, the likes of Sky Sports, F1, people put in front of us to hype up the show, lie to us about what we're seeing with our own eyes, lie to us about what is possible, and then every other form of media that has just parroted that same narrative. All these things are factual. The other thing I just missed out there is every single team that took part went along with it because not a single one of them has exposed the truth. And they went along with the rules of the sport being broken to facilitate the ending that was produced at Abu Dhabi 2021, despite some of those teams being negatively impacted by it as well. They didn't protest, they didn't draw attention to just how wrong everything was. So, that indicates a contrivance between all of those parties, and yet no action has been taken against them. That is a fraud, and the fraudulent parties benefited through making more money out of the situation. The owners of those fraudulent parties are ultimately the likes of Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, I think they're called, these big US based conglomerates, financial organizations that essentially own everything. They own all of the big companies in the world and they own all of the media. So they control what we see and what we hear as to what is going on in the world. They tell us what's going on based on what they want us to believe it to be. So that is the mainstream media that they own. They own Comcast, who own Sky Sports F1. They own Liberty Media, who own the show of Formula One. This is the ultimate kind of ownership dynamics of it. So what do we as the people have left? What do we have at our disposal to try and reveal the truth when the mainstream media, who should be reporting the reality of a situation to us, aren't? We rely on social media. But guess what? They own that too. They own every form of it. It's not Zuckerberg that owns Facebook, that owns Meta, that owns both Facebook and Instagram. No, no, no. Ultimately, you look who the major shareholders are in Meta. That's Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, and all the others. Okay. You look at Twitter. Oh, that's Elon Musk, isn't it? No. Look who owns Elon Musk. Look who owns Tesla. Oh, Elon put his Tesla shares up as collateral for buying Twitter. No, Elon is a puppet. Ultimately, the people controlling it are Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street. It is these big American conglomerates that own all forms of media, whether that be social media or mainstream media. They own it. They control the narrative. Hence this notion of algorithm. What's the algorithm? What is the thing that dictates whether or not somebody's video goes viral or not? Oh, that's the algorithm. That's the secret formula. That's whether you've hit the sweet spot with your content. Lies. Okay, lies. This notion of an algorithm is censorship, and that's the simplicity of it. What kind of content actually goes viral? Well, the type of content that actually goes viral is mind-numbing stuff. Okay? Things that don't offer anything of any context, that are not threatening in any way to the manner in which that they want the world to be controlled in. Nothing that upsets their narrative, the way that they want things to be, they want people to believe things to be, and the manner in which they tell you they are. Well, mind-numbing videos that don't challenge that, they go viral. Occasionally, they let one or two go through, okay, because we have to put on this facade that, oh, this is revealed on social media. They are aware of the dynamics. They're aware of what people are talking about. They're aware that ultimately people are talking about this. People are waking up, and they have to accept that people are waking up. They can't kill everybody, right? Because then the questions really will get asked. They've got more weapons than everybody. They own all the weapons companies. Don't worry about that. They'll have their own armies, and they've got that much money that they'll pay mercenaries to act for them, and do their dirty work from that. This sort of thing will happen 100%. But essentially, in terms of controlling the narrative, when it comes to social media, they will allow some dissenting voices to be heard, okay, but that will still be controlled. And we are led to believe it's being controlled due to, oh, it's because the algorithm meant that that video wasn't popular, and that's why not many people saw it. Now, how many people have seen videos from this weekend's Brazilian Grand Prix, whereby the narrative coming from that event is that Max Verstappen did something that was like up there with the greatest things we've seen of all time in this sport? There's been lots of content produced with regard to that notion. Now, I've done videos that relate to, and let's face it, what would the global audience of this year's Brazilian Grand Prix be? I don't know, but I would estimate that it would not be on par with the 108.7 million people who watched Abu Dhabi 2021. I have produced videos which clearly demonstrate that Abu Dhabi 2021 was fixed. The algorithm doesn't want to show those videos to those 108.7 million people. Why? Who's in charge of the secret formula that decides whether people who watch that event get to see that that event was fixed? Oh, that's the secret algorithm. No, but what we all get bombarded with is this notion of GOAT narrative for Max Verstappen for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And what you see in this channel is we get bombarded with things that we call trolls. Okay, we call them trolls. I use the term strap-on fanboy. Okay, and so we have in our head what these people might consist of. Okay, I use the term 14-year-old wank boy because some of them will be, little 14-year-old kids wanking away in their bedroom because they like Max Verstappen. They've got no lives. Okay, they've not really got that many friends. Their existence consists of essentially being locked away in a solitary confinement and interacting with the outside world via their keyboard. And they think that, well, essentially they're insulated. They are protected within their little homes because they can dish out whatever they want to dish out without any consequence. They can say whatever they want on their keyboards. They can pretend that they're the hardest man in the world on their keyboards because there's no consequence. Nobody's going to track them down. Nobody's going to come knocking on their door and knock them the fuck out. That's just, they're just some little kid in their keyboard thinking they're Johnny Concrete on the internet. So that will be part of the dynamic. There are also paid agents who are employed to disrupt. And the whole disruption is to keep people fighting and occupy our time, occupy our energy, occupy our mind space, try and wear us out, wear us down, defeat us, make us defeated people, and that is their job. Their job is to quash the dissenting voices. Their job is to quash the people who are questioning what it is that we are presented with. And this takes the form of many things. Now, the whole dynamic of this is represented by the Matrix film. And the more that you experience it, the more you realise what is actually behind the metaphors of the Matrix film. Now, I'm still learning. This last 3 years has been a learning process, and no doubt I will continue to learn. I still don't know exactly how it is set up. All I can see from experience is that what you do see as growing channels on YouTube, reaching a bigger audience, gaining more subscribers, are people who are parroting the narrative that you hear on the mainstream media. What you don't see is people that are saying it differently, growing in huge numbers. Those that are actually telling the truth about the given situation. Those of you that have been on YouTube since Abu Dhabi 2021, it is likely that, like me, you will have discovered channels like Wolfpack, who originally was very vocal about Abu Dhabi 2021, and Wonderful, who was originally very vocal about Abu Dhabi 2021. And both of those channels appeared to stall in terms of the number of subscribers that they have achieved. Both of those channels had a number of subscribers well in excess of the channel was called Cameron F1. He's now called Cameron CC. Both Wolfpack and Wonderful had, as far as I'm aware, much bigger channels than Cameron. Both of those channels have stalled at around about the 11 to 14,000 subscriber mark, whilst Cameron has gone on to in excess of 30, 35,000, maybe 40,000 subscribers now. And those of you that actually have watched any of the content will know the relative quality of that. One channel gets promoted by YouTube, the others, they grind to a halt. What's going on there? Trouble is, even when the other two channels try and then morph their content, when the other two channels try and comply more with the narrative, they still see that their growth is stalled. They've already got the black mark against them. They're already being monitored. They're not going to be allowed to grow to too big, because what if, when they grow, they then start calling it out how they used to? Think about that. Think about that. The small guys that are calling out the truth, they have to give us some air. They have to make out that, yeah, the system is working. Look at this. This isn't a controlled system. This is social media, where those platforms, everybody's got a fair chance of reaching an audience, and it's all about whether people like what you've got to say. And if they do, your channel grows. And if they don't, well, that's the limit of your audience. But that's all down to you and what you're producing. That's not how it is. Because I guarantee you that there are millions of people that would be interested in what I have to say about Abu Dhabi 2021. And yet YouTube doesn't recommend the content. Why is that? And I'll tell you why. It's because YouTube is owned by Google, and Google's owned by, I can't remember, but they're owned by Vanguard and BlackRock and State Street, who own the likes of Liberty Media and the likes of Sky Sports F1. Ultimately, they own their parent companies. They have done something that got them a lot of money. They've conditioned a lot of people's minds to accept things being a certain way, to accept a certain set of values, accept wrongdoing, accept rules being broken, accept the lies being told to justify rules being broken. And that is mind conditioning. When you can get a population to respond like that to an atrocity, to condition them to accept it, to condition them to move on from it, to condition them of some sort of validity to it, to condition them that there is no course of action that we can take to actually challenge that situation. Well, what does that do? That conditions people to accept that in this world, as human beings, we are powerless to what it is that those with wealth and power decide to do. That's controlling people. That's telling people you can't even fight against us because you don't even have a chance. That is what they're doing through their ownership of media. They're manipulating your mind, telling you this is the system, this is how it works, and you can't do anything about it. And that's if you're plugged in. Now, there is ways of doing something about it. There are laws, and laws that have existed for centuries, which tell you that what they're doing is illegal. And the only way that they cannot be held accountable to those laws is if they've got control of the legal system too. And so it's something that we're going to need to find out. We're going to have to take on legal action against them, because that is going to be the only way. Otherwise, what will happen is what they do, those with the wealth and the power, any dissenters, they're the ones that control how you, me, anybody who dissents is perceived by the world. Okay, it's likely that what happens is you get discredited. They will find a way of presenting the person that is the problem to them as being a threat to Western democracy. Okay, a terrorist, perhaps. If that doesn't, well, that's an extreme example, but that's one that they use. They try in the first instance to cancel you, discredit you, so that people don't believe you. They'll call you things such as a conspiracy theorist. That's an easy one for them to just go, oh, this guy's crazy. This guy is a conspiracy theorist, okay? He thinks that this whole world is being controlled by somebody. Hoo-hoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. That's what they will then want to protect. Right? And it works because people, they'll hear the term conspiracy theorist and they'll go, oh, yeah, this guy's a conspiracy theorist. This guy's crazy. Yeah. And then, then you'll get all the tinfoil hat wearing memes, flat earth, all these things designed to undermine. So that's one way. Another way is to dig up some dirt on somebody and present somebody as having a sordid past, such as being a sexual deviant or that he into some weird shit or a paedophile or stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, some of these people are. Okay, this was something Russell Brand, and I don't know where I stand with Russell Brand, to be honest with you, and I don't really want to go into it because it's not something that I know anything about. So it's highly likely the chap that he seems like he is a bit of a sexual deviant, but it seems convenient that he is talking about the things that are challenging to the system, to them, and then it all comes out about his sordid past. Where did that come from? If it's been known about for years, why is the point where he becomes a danger to them the point in which time that it comes out about him? So this is a technique that is used. Okay, so people get cancelled effectively. So that means that people, they get undermined. Look, this guy is this. Don't listen to him because he's a bad person. This is his past. Okay, so that doesn't exist in my past. They can try, but it is what it is. You're going to have to fake some evidence to try and discredit me and who I've been in my life. So how else are they going to discredit and undermine me? Well, you're going to try and present me as a hater. You're trying to present me as somebody who is an unreasonable person, somebody with irrational hate, and somebody that hates people of a different nationality, a different culture, whatever it might be, because these are the comments that we get. People will question my ability, people that will question my knowledge. These are the sorts of things that people seek to undermine you with. Okay, what do you know? You're not a racing driver. Oh, you're just British, so your opinion is based on your nationality, not on what it is you're observing. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, you're just doing this because you hate one man. Oh, you're just doing this. No, it's none of those things. It's none of those things. And all it is that I'm seeing things which are entirely wrong, and I'm telling you this is wrong. This is why it's wrong. This is the evidence of it's wrong. This is the rules and regulations, what they actually mean, that they know about, and yet they're doing it wrong. Every form of media that we all tune into to try and get our information about the situation, not a single one of them can tell it right. These are supposed to be professional people that do the research that I have done, and these are supposed to be capable people getting paid lots of money to present to the world information. And this research that I've done is not difficult to do. We can all do it using the available material available to us all. And yet nobody has. So what's going on? So what is going on is like what is going on in the Matrix. We see, what you see on screen is what is called an agent. The Matrix, in the film The Matrix, is this notion of the world, how it is presented to us via the media. Okay, the way that the media presents the world to us, and that includes the mainstream media and social media, what the world is supposed to be. And within that, if you are challenging it, then you get these agents of the Matrix, these people that have control of the narrative, that come and try to fight you. Okay? Because they want to shut you down. They want to beat you so that you don't disrupt the narrative that they are trying to give. And so not only do you have agents of that system, employed people within the matrix, okay, within this system of control. Okay, so we have troll farms, for example. That's one example. But there are similar entities where it is either AI or factories, essentially, of people tasked with their job is to try to undermine the dissenting voices, to try and fight the dissenting voices, to try and cause conflict within the communities of those dissenting voices, to quash what's going on, to divert people's attentions, to try and make people run out of energy. That is their job. They are agents of the system. So you've got these people who are agents of the system who's tasked to do that. But what you also get is people who are recruited by the system, who have been conditioned by the system, and therefore who will fight for that system. So that's what we refer to as the strap-on fanboy. This is people who have their desires. They like what they see. They are excited. So in the context of Formula One, they are excited by the sport of Formula One. They like it. Their favourite, okay, their desire is that they are excited by Max Verstappen. Okay, they like that. And so anything that says anything wrong in their eyes about Max Verstappen, they become recruits in that without being paid by the system, they will go and do the fighting. And they morph into agents. They morph. So what you see in the film The Matrix is normal people distort themselves and end up looking like this. Agents of the system. And that can happen to anybody that is in the system, hasn't awoken, okay, so they're essentially still plugged in to believe all that they're presented with by the Matrix. And if their belief system is a certain way, they will fight for the cause that's being presented by the Matrix. They become the agent. This is what the Matrix does. It causes people who have no real knowledge of what's really going on to fight the people saying, hey, everybody, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. They want what their desires are, so they'll fight for their desires. Therefore, fighting for the misinformation that the Matrix is presenting to them, because they want to hold on to that, okay, and fight for that rather than open their minds to what else is being said. And I'm going to play you through the fight scene, and what it's going to do is probably either going to block the video, and in which case what I'll have to do is edit out that section. So if you're watching this video and the fight scene doesn't show, it's because the video will have been blocked on upload, and so I've had to just cut that bit out. Or if you do see it, it's highly likely that what will happen is this content will mean that this video will not be monetized. I don't care, okay? I want to try to enhance people's understanding. And it's when people begin to understand it and see what's really going on is something that hopefully is going to wake people up. And this is the point. This is why I'm asking you to share this. YouTube is not going to share this, okay? You can search YouTube and you can type in glitch in the Matrix, okay, and that the videos that come up, and they've got hundreds of thousands of views, they're nothing to do with the glitch in the Matrix. That's some brain dead prick making a video thinking they understand what the actually metaphor for glitch in the matrix was, and therefore YouTube shows that to people. YouTube shows that to people, and people are, oh, a glitch in the matrix. Isn't it funny when something like that weird happens in life? Oh, that's a glitch in the matrix, everybody. It's nothing to do that. All a glitch in the matrix is when you know something and hang on a minute, what are they saying? That's not how it is. That's all a glitch in the matrix is. So Sunday was a glitch in the matrix. Those of us that have been watching this sport for decades know what a landmark performance is. Those of us that have been watching any sport know when we are watching greatness within that particular sport. And what we saw on Sunday wasn't that. But the Matrix is presenting it as being that. That is when you're observing something and what you're now being presented with doesn't fit with what you know to be true. And that's a glitch in the Matrix. But that's not what you'll find the explanation on YouTube for. So what you actually need to do, please, is find a way of getting other people to see this video. And importantly, if you have the skills to do such a thing yourself, make content yourself. It is a waste of time, you fighting with these agents in the comments section. That is what they want you to do. They want you to fight. They want you to exhaust your energy on fighting these agents and these, we'll call them trolls, we'll call them strap-on fanboys, that have flooded in recently, absolutely flooded this channel recently with their negativity, with their silly little comments, and they want us to become bogged down in fighting them. Now, the fights against them are fights that you will never win. Okay, you will never beat an agent. And the reason you'll never beat an agent is because whatever they say, you could write out a response that would absolutely obliterate them. And never once will they say, actually, yeah, you're right there. I've just read what you've just said, and you have categorically disproven everything I've suggested, and you've proven why you are right, and therefore I apologise, I'm wrong. Never once do they do that. And you know you've just obliterated them. And the reason that happens, the reason they keep coming back is because they're sat behind a computer. They're untouchable, aren't they? So it doesn't matter how hard you hit them with a social media comment, they're always going to come back. They're always going to pretend they're winning. They're always going to try and discredit you. They're going to shapeshift. They're going to change the argument. They're going to move. They're going to shift. They're not going to go, oh, I didn't say that. Oh, now you're saying this. Oh, now you're being hateful. Oh, now you see that they're always going to try and keep putting a jab in. Put here, there. You're never going to put these people down. That is what they are. And that is what this analogy is about when you're fighting them. When you watch the fight scenes in The Matrix, you see them kicking the shit out of each other, and yet nobody dies. Yeah? They just keep coming back after it. People get obliterated, put through walls, and they just get up and they come back. They come back. They come back. They come back. And that is because the analogy is, it is people sat at their keyboard that physically aren't doing each other any harm. And you cannot stop these people from repeatedly just continuing. They will not stop. Understand that. They will not stop. So how do you overcome that? Well, the only way you can overcome that is by waking up those around you who can be woken up. Because you're not going to do it by fighting the agents of the system, you know, the paid people in the troll farms, and the brain dead who are fighting for their desires. Nothing in my videos can do that. It should. Had they got the ability, had a decent human being got the ability to look at what I'm saying, look at the evidence I'm presenting, they can see what the truth is. They can see, if they've got a brain, that, oh, this is different to what's been said to me before. What's real and what's not. But too many people don't have a mind of their own. Too many people are that conditioned that you cannot unplug them from the matrix. Too many. So you never will. But what we get is comments in the comment section go, that's not evidence. And what them comments do is that is enough for those that are plugged into the system to go, oh, somebody said it's not evidence, so it's not evidence. You know, this is what happens. Okay, so let me just play you this clip if I can, if it shows you on this video, and hopefully as I go through some of it, you'll see what happens.
But as you well know, appearances can be deceiving, which brings me back to the reason why we're here.
So appearances are deceiving. You get the Trojan horse style of person that will come in pretending to be supportive, pretending to want to help, and really they are just agents of the system. They are agents of chaos. They are trying to disrupt.
We're not here because we're free. We're here because we're not free. There's no escaping reason, no denying purpose, because as we both know, without purpose, we would not exist.
So yeah, my purpose is to expose a crime, expose a fraud, expose that we're all being lied to, and the example being used is a clear example that can be evidenced. And then the purpose of these trolls that are here are to try and stop that being exposed. And some of those people are joined by the fanboy, the fanatic, who wants the outcome that they were given so much that they will fight to defend it. They will use their time to be in their computers in their bedrooms, thinking they are the Tyson Fury of their bedrooms that can defeat everybody.
It is purpose that created us, purpose that connects us, purpose that pulls us, that guides us, that drives us. It is purpose that defines, purpose that binds us.
We are here because of you, Mr. Anderson. We're here to take from you what you tried to take from us. Purpose.
And they try to grind you down, okay? They come here in their droves, all with the negativity, and they try to grind you down.
What's happening to him?
Don't know.
And this is the disconnect between your human reality, the life that you live, and the abuse that you receive in the online world.
Yes, that's it. It'll be over soon.
And it's having the ability to detach yourself from that and realizing it for what it is. Because ultimately, these comments are from bots, they are from AI, they are from troll farms, or they are from 14-year-old boys in their bedrooms. Okay, I say 14-year-old boys in their bedrooms. Some of them will be men in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s that have nothing better to do. And I say men because the highest proportion of them will be so-called men, okay, that have nothing better to do that get off in life by conducting themselves in that manner, okay? And then this is what ensues. So for everything that they try and hit us with in the comment section, we can obliterate every single comment that they make, everything that they come at us with, we can absolutely obliterate. But do we obliterate them? What happens? They keep coming back, don't they? They keep coming back. Okay, and this is what happens. They will just keep coming back. You can obliterate everything that they say, but they will keep coming back. And the next comment will be, ha ha, this guy thinks he's Neo out of the Matrix. No, kids, I don't think I'm Neo out of the Matrix. I'm just explaining the dynamics of what this metaphor actually means in relation to this dynamic of what I'm trying to expose. And no, I don't think I can dodge a bullet. No, I don't think I can. No, they can easily assassinate me, and that might come to that. That is a power that ultimately they have, I don't, and they could do that. So, I'm aware that there's dangers to doing what I'm doing, but ultimately the truth needs to be told. So I could waste my time answering every comment, obliterating every comment, but this is what it'd be like. I would be using all my time and energy to continually fight off these agents, these trolls, these wank boys. For what purpose? Because you're never going to beat them. Okay? You're never going to beat them, but they're not going to beat me. You understand that? Then they don't have anything to beat me with. So what you actually need to do is find a way of waking people up, because actually what's important is waking people up. Now, I can't do that on my own, because ultimately what I have at my disposal is the ability to create a video, to evidence something, and to try to publish that video on a social media channel in the hope that others actually see it. But that the number of people that actually see it, well, that's restricted, isn't it? So I need your help in making sure that these videos reach as big an audience as possible. So rather than argue with a troll in the social media comment section, your energy is much better spent sharing the content to wake other people up. Okay? Fighting these fools is futile. Okay? We're not going to win anything by fighting them, but likewise, we're not losing. Even this notion of these trolling comments, oh, they've come to the channel, they've hit the thumbs down, that will mean the algorithm doesn't recommend the video. That's all bullshit anyway. It makes no difference. The algorithm's not going to recommend these videos. The algorithm wants to suppress this content. The only way that this is actually going to go anywhere is by people showing each other what this is going on. Okay? And it's got to be shared person to person rather than relying on the machine sharing this, because the machine's not going to share this. It requires you to do that. Otherwise, all day, this is what's going to happen. I mean, real life, these people that come to the channel to make the comments, in real life, yeah, we'd knock these people out. They wouldn't come up and conduct themselves in that manner in real life. Okay, so I've seen some of the profiles of these people. Some of the people that come to troll this channel, their own social media profiles are visible. I've seen what these people are like. You'd literally obliterate them if they came at you in real life. But it's not real life. They're hiding in their bedrooms, they're hiding in their troll farm, and they're untouchable. And they think they're Johnny Concrete. And therefore, having a fight with them online in the comment section, complete waste of time. You're not going to beat them. They're just going to keep coming back. And you're going to waste your time and energy attempting to try and think you're going to beat them, because they'll never stay down. They'll just keep coming. They'll keep coming because that's who they are. But we are not going to stay down as a result of it. The way we're going to overcome them is ignoring them and focusing on waking others up. You see, there's one of these this happens a lot in the Matrix. There's one where there's probably about 30 or 40 of these agents, normal people, that morph into these agents, and they all try and pile on. And eventually, Neo just flies off. They all pile on the top of him. He eventually just erupts so that they all go flying, and he just flies off. No point in wasting your time just trying to fight 40 guys who are just trying to come at you. There's no point in my time trying to bat off 40 people making trolling comments in the comment section to try to present that I'm a bad person, that I'm saying something that's wrong, and that I'm delusional and all this lot. The video is what it is. People will make of it what they do. Those people that decide whether or not the content of a video is valid or not based on the comment section, well, there's plenty of them around, and we're not going to wake them up, are we? Okay, there will be people that will listen to this and they'll know what's relevant and what's not, and it's the people that we need to wake up bit by bit. Wake the people that they kind of see that it's not right, but they need the evidence of what's not right. And when you start seeing it with the evidence I can clearly present about Abu Dhabi, for years I've known that things in society weren't quite right, but I didn't have the evidence. And Abu Dhabi flicked a switch, because I knew enough about a topic to know that I was completely right and knew that I was being lied to. There's various things relating to governmental decisions and the way that the economy is, I would say, set up, but rigged, that I've always questioned. And I thought, well, why are they doing it like that? Why are they doing it like that? That doesn't seem right. And somebody with a logical and mathematical brain has looked at the situation on a national level and thought, that doesn't seem right. Why are they doing it like that? But I've always deferred and gone, well, perhaps there are things that I don't know the dynamics of, and therefore I'll defer. I won't say anything because I might be wrong about this. I wasn't wrong, but I always question myself, which is what they want us to do. Question yourself. F1, Abu Dhabi 2021, I questioned myself. And I asked all the questions, and I asked myself questions, much harder questions than these strap-on fanboys keep coming with. Much harder questions than what these agents come with. And I was able to answer them all. And in all this time, almost 3 years on, nobody has been able to present something that I can't beat relating to Abu Dhabi 2021. That I cannot categorically demonstrate to be utter garbage. Not a single thing. They'll say in the comment section, yeah, but what about, because again, them comments will make some people believe them. But just look at what I've presented. And like I say, I've not put everything out there yet. And those people that perpetrated this, they know that I haven't put everything out there yet. But they can also work out what I also know. And look at this. Just a normal person, okay? but with their own interests, their own desires, their own perceptions, the way that they think things should be, because that's the way they've been conditioned. Recruited by the Matrix to go and do the fighting for them.
You. Yes, me. Me too.
So, there you go. What can you do about it? Okay, what you can do about it is, like I say, try and share the content. Try and wake people up to the dynamic. Try and avoid. I mean, so, you know, it can be fun sometimes just pissing around and saying what you want to these people. Okay, I do it when I'm bored sometimes. Okay, sometimes, yeah, they trigger you. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you read something and you're in a particular mood, because whatever it is, mood you're in life, and you read something and it pisses you off. Understand that these are human dynamics, but where possible, try to just realise that what these people are here to do is to try and discredit and try to undermine, sorry. And how can you respond? The way you can respond is not interacting with them. Perhaps leave comments which are positive comments, so that those people that are convinced whether a video is good or not due to the comments, maybe they'll believe the positive comments, so that can be helpful. But these videos aren't going to pass the algorithm. YouTube's not going to recommend them, so I need you to. If you have the ability to make content that can express what I'm trying to express in a different format, in a better format, do so. I am not here to compete for people's attention. There are other quality YouTube channels who I will recommend. I try to recommend channels that have supported me and other quality channels that I've seen. You've seen that I've mentioned 2 channels already. Sadly, it's frustrating to see that sometimes these channels have deviated from what I believe their integrity was by seeking, almost seeking more subscribers by bending to the will to comply with a narrative. So that's frustrating. Okay, but time will tell whether or not that is an effective strategy. But there's channels such as FF1, Boy10Dio, and NS&C who are willing to tell the truth. And you'll see recently I talk about Espinala44 is a channel who tells the truth. Okay, I am not seeking to compete for your attention with them. I would rather direct you to them and say you also need to go and watch them, because they are saying things that need to be heard and are saying things in the right manner. So this is what we need to do as a community of people who can see things for what they are. We need to try to grow ourselves using our energy, using our efforts. We're not relying on YouTube to grow, we're relying on ourselves. Each and every one of you who watch this video, I need you to use your energy not to respond to the trolls that will be here straight away with the negativity. I need you to ignore them, put in some positive comment to maybe counter that within the comment section, but separate to them. Leave yours as a standalone comment and ignore any negativity that comes your way. But importantly, share this type of thing, or share the important videos that expose the truth with other people so that they get to see the dynamics of this. And if you have the capabilities of making content yourself that is going to help wake people up, and if you can do it in a way which will go through the algorithm where you can reach a bigger audience, all power to you. And I, for one, will be somebody who will try to promote your content if that's what you do. So please, if that's what you want to do, I will be supportive of that, and I will try and give you the exposure of all the people that have subscribed to this channel to do so. Now, there will be some Trojan horses. I've already had that. I had one at the weekend that's come here as another content creator pretending to be all nice, and I've seen what they put out at the weekend. So yeah, I've already noted who they are. So yeah, we have to be wary. We have to be wary, but hopefully those of you that have been with the channel for a while, or those of you that are relatively new, can see that I've been consistent for almost 3 years now. You can look at my Facebook page. You can look at what I wrote about for the best part of a year about the Abu Dhabi scandal and the situation within Formula One. And you can go back for 2 years and 550 odd videos. And you'll see a consistency there. And I'm not going to deviate from that. So, thank you for your time on this one. I hope it's been useful to some people. I know it's too long for some. So again, if you've got the skills of trying to create something short, if you've got the ability on Instagram or TikTok to create something short that is going to wake people up by doing something short, please do so. I'm doing what I can do with my available time and my command of both technology and what I've at my disposal. If you can do things that are better, please do. Okay, you are welcome to use any of the content that's on my channel. The important thing is wake people up, show them what the truth is, and don't argue with these people that are just the agents or the mind conditions that will come and fight on behalf of the matrix that is conditioning people's minds. Ignore them. It is wasted energy fighting with them. The way that you're going to actually make a difference is by waking more people up and using our energy to find ways of spreading the information to wake more people up. And that's not going to be done by arguing with tools in the comments section. Okay, the arguments in the comments section are not going to achieve that. You think of an argument you've ever had with a tool in the comments section where you've ever won it. You never will. Because they're in their bedrooms tapping away at their keyboard thinking they're bulletproof. Okay? Thinking they're untouchable. Thinking they're Johnny Concrete. And like I say, in the real world, if anybody came at most of us like that, well, you'd obliterate them. But they're untouchable in their bedrooms, aren't they? Or in their troll farms, or behind their computer, or AI. If it's just AI, well, how are you going to obliterate that? How are you going to beat a computer program that's just going to keep coming in with a comment, keep coming in with a comment, keep coming in with a comment? You're never going to defeat that, are you? So don't bother trying. Just ignore it and show people what's really going on. Thank you for your time. Remember, share this one if you think it's useful, or if you think it's too long, which it is, make something yourself. Do it better. Use it to wake people up. And if it's really good, send it here. And I'll try and use it. Cheers. Do what you can do. Thank you.